about Public Execution?
It was actually the first song we wrote on the record, so which I think set the tone again for making an aggressive record when that's the first song you write. There's the most brutal tune on it. And it's funny, it was coming together, and we had these gang vocal ideas, and we've never had a curse on a record before, and we're like, this is chant fuck. So, it just fits so the energy of the song. And it's funny, it's kind of a song about that like anger and energy, but it's unfocused. You know, when you're just like revolution for the sake of it, but you have no idea what you're railing against. And that can be kind of happen sometimes in aggressive music, where it's like, especially in early thrash, you have some classic lyrics that like, you know, they inspired you to do something, they just didn't tell you what. Yeah. So it's kind of, you know, a tongue-in-cheek approach to that, but at the same time using the same sort of, ways that they get you to sing along with those ideas. And to me, what better sing-along than you have than just fuck it all, you know?
Right.
And I think it's also an attitude that a lot of people can embrace in this day and age when everything's just such a mess. You know, sometimes just throw your hands up in the air. Yeah, this is just chaos. As far as the business side, we couldn't be in a better place though. We signed, you know, one record deal with Atlantic with an option, and things were cool at Atlantic, but the company was changing. They were firing a lot of people. It was shrinking. Major labels are kind of in a panic about record sales. You know, things are getting really tough for them to do things the way they used to.
Yeah.
So we decided to be proactive about it, being like, let's change the business model, where we still use a major label, you know, Warner Music as a distributor, so they can get us into retail and open those doors that we wouldn't be able to on our own. And then they hire Ferret Records out of that to do the everyday promotions. You know, a DIY thinking label that understands a band like us from the ground up, but we make the final decision on everything. So we know that the bottom line is no longer about helping the record label, it's about helping us. Because we're the bottom line.
And you guys know your audience better than some bureaucrat sitting in an office somewhere.
Exactly, and we micromanage anyway, and we're used to doing everything under, you know, trying to make all those decisions to begin with. So it was kind of to take the power back, and also just flip the grid where instead of everyone getting paid and us getting the trickle down royalties at the end, we flipped it. We're like, now it goes to us, so it's like, it gives you a little motivation to work harder. Yeah, it is more work running your own label, but it's worth it in the end, and especially to see the way that changed is crazy. Like to go from 10 to 12% to 70 to 80%, big difference.
Yeah. and do you think this is going to become a model for other bands?
I believe so, and I think some bands are already doing it. I was Down did a similar thing for their last record, and a lot of bands that we've talked to that are now free agents are really thinking this way because things have changed a lot. You know, in the last 10 years, it's huge change. The last 5 years even, it's been crazy in the music industry. So to not try and shake things up and at least try a new business model, it's silly to just stay on a sinking ship just because it's the way things are done. So, and again, it allows, like you said, a band who understands their audience to just directly do things. And now with peer-to-peer marketing the way it is, I mean, I talk to people every day on our Facebook and through Twitter and stuff like direct. That's how you communicate with fans. And then you're on the road. That's how metal bands should be doing it. You don't need that $1 million video and all that other stuff. You know, so.
That was great what you guys did with Twitter on the day of the album release, right? You were getting people to tweet back and retweet things and to talk about what their favorite songs were.
Totally, and I'm also going to use Twitter beyond that. For this tour, I'm going to every day give a secret password or something random to be like, yo, if you come to the merch table today and say this, you're going to get free something. If we have guest list spots, I'm going to give them away on Twitter. So we're going to use it to really just talk to people on that way. I mean, it may be something as simple as hey, if you meet me at 7:30 tomorrow, I'll buy you a shot of Jägermeister if you got a valid ID. You know, like just ways to meet people and spread the word. And it's cool. You know, you got to use all the tools that are out there because it's getting tough to survive as a band in a traditional way if you don't make some changes and find a way to make it work.
Who is the Shadow Skull?
It's a very eclectic mix of metalheads from little kids who found us on Guitar Hero to dudes who saw us with King Diamond 10 years ago. So it's a very eclectic mix, which is what's great about a tour like this with Five Finger Death Punch and OTEP. Everyone's bringing people from different audiences but who have similar backgrounds but may not have gone to see one band or the other by themselves. You know, so I always like that. We like to keep it. We've never been pigeonholed into one subgenre. You know, so we've been able to really bring a lot of different fans. And as we get older and our original fans get older, they start bringing their kids. You know?
That's crazy. So maybe I won't be the oldest person in the crowd.
Yeah, exactly. You never know.
Yeah, excellent.
Victor will always be the oldest one here, our drummer, so.
Shit we like. White noise metal.
So let's go on to the segment we call Shit We Like, where we ask the bands that we're interviewing to recommend the sort of things that you're listening to these days. What's in your CD player?
You know, I've been listening to a lot of instrumental music, and one band in particular, Russian Circles, I really love their record Stations. It's like, it'll start really minimalistic, you know, like little guitar riffs that just build to these huge riffs, you know, and it's sick. Maybe I'm listening to a lot of instrumental music because I'm a singer, so I'm like, just sick of people yelling at me and having to hear it. But that's one band that people should definitely check out.
Anything else you wanted to add and ask about?
Just Retribution. It's out. Check it out. And follow me on Twitter, Brian Chad Fall, as well as Facebook, same name. So, yeah, I mean, who knows? I may end up buying you a shot.
If you like this band, you should buy their music and other merchandise at WhiteNoiseMetal.com. If you like White Noise Metal, say so with positive comments on iTunes and MySpace. And please tell your friends about the bands you've heard on White Noise Metal with that BS dude, Brian Shields.
White noise!